All right, guys, welcome back to another one. We got a pretty good video today. I hope everyone's having a good day. Today we're going to be going over the steps I take to prepare my cards to be sent and to be graded. I had a couple viewers reach out to me on YouTube, and I have a guy at work who also wants me to make a YouTube video so he can see what I do to prep my cards to be sent to be graded. Today, the grading company I'm going to be prepping for is going to be CGC. I use PSA, I use Beckett, I use CGC, I use all three of them. Just today, I'm going to be prepping my orders to be ready to be sent to CGC. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the steps right on my iPad of how to do it, because I know a lot of people are a little sketched out when it comes to sending their cards to be graded. So for starters, I'm gonna start showing you guys the materials you're gonna need, tools you might need, and then I'm gonna get into showing you guys what to look for when eyeballing a card to be graded. I'm gonna go over some Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna go over some Pokemon, and then at the end, I'm gonna show you how I package it and prep it to be sent out. So let's not waste too much time. Let's jump right into it. I'm going to start with the materials. So your biggest one, and I'd argue this is the biggest one you're going to need. You're going to need some premium microfiber cloths. You're going to want to stock up on these. You're going to want bulk of these. I got these from Amazon. You can buy a 10-pack. I think you can go up to like a 20-pack of them. Very cheap. I think they were like somewhere around $8 to $10. You're going to want a lot of these. And then you're also, I always wash my hands. Make sure you're washing your hands, soap and water. You want to make sure your hands aren't greasy. I don't believe you got to wear gloves. I've never worn gloves when doing this. I think that's a little over the edge. As long as your hands aren't greasy and they're clean, you should be all right. So like I said, you're going to need your microfiber cloths. You're going to need penny sleeves. For penny sleeves, I use BCW. They seem to work very well. They're real smooth in and out for your cards. I would only use BCW's penny sleeves. I would not use their semi-rigid or their top loaders. They're not really well made. I've had some damage done to my cards using their other products, but their penny sleeves seem to be all right. I use them with every order. And then I switch it up with the semi-rigids. I use PYP for my semi-rigids. You can buy a huge bulk set off Amazon with these, and I have really good luck using these. I'll show you what they look like. It's like they're like an off-brand kind of. They do the same thing the Ultra Pros use and all the other ones. Same thing the Beckett sleeves use. Very easy when sliding in a card. The only thing you won't get is the name brand at the top of the semi-rigid there. I've used these with all my orders though. The graders and the grading companies don't seem to have a problem with these, especially CGC. And then you're going to need some tape. You're going to want to have some tape in case you need it for maybe taping the cards together with the cardboard when you're submitting them or whatnot. You're going to need a lot of these Post-it little sticky note things. You're going to want a bunch of these. You're going to want to use them with your cards. You can find these anywhere, Walmart, Amazon. Buy a bunch of these. I've gone through a ton of them. And what those are going to do, you're going to, after your card is penny sleeved, you're going to stick it to the back. And then, so this Giratina, for example. So when you slide it into there, it's going to make it so the grader can easily pull your card from the semi-rigid and not have to bend it around and stick his or her hands in there and possibly damage your card. I got a full set of Crown Zenith V-Star Gold cards. These are all going to be sent to graded for grading. They're all very mint condition cards. I own about 5 or 6 sets of these because I bought them at the low and now they're at a high. So I'm going to start getting ready to have these done. And then your next thing you're going to want is going to be rubber bands. You will not have a short, if you are going to be serious about getting into card grading, you're going to want a lot of rubber bands to prep your orders for being sent out. You're going to want to be able to rubber band your cards to keep them extra safe and so they're not flying around inside of your shipment box. Next thing you're going to need is tape, packaging tape. You're going to either want to buy a bunch of these small rolls, or you can also buy one big giant one so you're not running out of it all the time. And then, like I said, you're going to want some excess cardboard, preferably some thicker stuff for your shipments. And then that's about it for that, for your materials. You can buy these tools if you want. I don't really use the tools or any tools for that matter. I just eyeball, and it seems to work out pretty well, just eyeballing them. So like I said, today we're going to be going over some Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to be going over some Pokemon. I got some 151, and I got more Yu-Gi-Oh! And then this card, the one I told you guys in my last video that I was going to break out, and which I did. We got a Korean Jolteon V. These are just excess cards. And yeah, so today I'm going to show you what I do to prep the cards to be graded. So now that I showed you the materials, let's show the cleaning process, what I do to determine whether a card is good to send in and get graded or bad. So right here, I'm going to start with these Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons, one of my favorite cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! So we got a good one, a decent one, and then we have a bad one. And to start, we're going to go over this bad one. And what I'm going to do here is pull this right out of the penny sleeve. And we're just going to take a look at this card. And so from what I see from the start, automatically, since I've done this for quite some time now, I'm going to go right from the edges. I'm going to start at the edges. I'm going to eyeball these edges. And from first glance, it looks like an alright card, but when you actually look closer into it, from top to bottom, the top is skinny and the bottom is heavy, meaning it's wider down here on the bottom. And then from right to left, we have a skinny right and we have a heavy wide left. So right there, I'm going to say that is strike one for this card in particular, just from the front centering. And then we're going to go to the back here. And I'm going to start with the edges again. So from right to left, we have a wide right and a skinny left. Skinny left. So right there, that's right to my eyes off center. Top to bottom actually looks all right on this card. So right there, I'm going to give a strike one for the off center on the front, off center on the back. It's not even a 40-60. It's not a 50-50. I'm going to say that's bad. Then I'm going to go to the edges. And from what I see with Yu-Gi-Oh, there's more of a point to the edge. Instead of with Pokemon, there's a round edge on every corner. So just looking at the edges, we got a white spot right before the edge and a kind of worn edge on the top two corners of this card. So right there, I'm going to give that a strike 2. And then I'm going to give it a glare with the light. And this is just a normal kitchen light. And from the surface on the back, I don't see too much. It looks all right. And we're going to flip it back to the front. And from just looking at it, it looks really good. It looks like a pretty good card. But then once you bend it to the light again, you can start to actually see what's actually going on with this card. And right here, the light actually exposes this real deep printing line that actually starts from the top and goes through the foil or hollow of the card itself. And it actually stops. It doesn't go through the full card. So right there, I'm going to give that a strike 3. And automatically, I'm going to say this card will not be sent to be graded. Because strike 3, if you can see this, a grader is going to see this. The graders actually have a light that hovers overhead on their desk, and their light is a lot better than my kitchen light, and it will expose everything on the surface of this card. That is too bad. The corners are too bad. This card will not be sent to be graded. And now we're going to take a look at this actual better condition Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I will pull this from the sleeve. And now let's take a look at this better condition one. This card, so I'm going to start, same thing I did last time. I'm going to start with the edges. This card, to me, eyeballing from the front, is actually perfect. Everything seems to be perfectly lined up from the human eye. I don't see anything wrong with this card. Corners look amazing. The front of this card is actually immaculate. If you actually look at it with the light, there's no actual issues with this card. And we'll flip it to the back here. And the back is actually very, very well centered. It's a little wide on the right and skinny to the left. And then top to bottom, it's actually very even. Maybe a little heavy on the bottom, a little wide on the bottom there. So I wouldn't give that a strike. I would say at worst it's 60-40. But sometimes this will pass as a 10. And because there's actually nothing else wrong with this card. It has maybe a little corner damage there. But, I mean, it's nothing serious. I will see if I can fix that. If that can be fixed, this card will actually be sent out. So that's an example of a good Yu-Gi-Oh card compared to a bad one. So this will actually go in my good pile. And this card, the damaged one, will actually go in my not graded pile. So that will not be graded. We got some other ones we can look at here. And how about we look at this Destiny End Dragon. I will pull this out of the penny sleeve. And I will look at this card. So eyeballing this card, it's not hard to see this stuff, guys. So on the right side of the card, it's heavy, it's wide. On the left side, it's skinny. Top to bottom also, the top is skinny, the bottom is wider. Right there, this card is off center. And we will take a look at the back. With the light, giant printing line going right through the back. You can actually feel it. That's how thick that printing line is. And then we're gonna go bottom to top. Bottom is heavy, top is skinny. Side to side, it's actually pretty even. It's pretty lined up. But from the printing line and the top to bottom off center, this will go in will not grade pile. That'll be good for the Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm trying to make this video a little quicker than some of my other ones. So we will actually jump into some of the Pokemon, the 151. And I will start by with the Zapdos and the Blastoise. And then I'll look at these and see if I can find any bad ones just from looking at them. And here, right here, we got two bad ones. We got a Ninetales And we got a Zapdos. Look how easy I picked those out of this pile for bad cards to send in and get graded. So we will begin with the Zapdos EX, if I can get it out of the penny sleeve. And let's take a look at this Zapdos EX. I believe it's a full art. Centering, honestly, isn't bad from the front. So we'll take a look at the edges. Looks pretty center. And then we will take a look at the corners. And there's dings right there. There's a ding right there. And there's a ding at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that, but right there, there's a ding. That's going to be strike one for me. And we're going to flip to the back. Same thing, edges. We're going to go right to left. We get a wide right and a skinny left. Top to bottom, it's actually center, but it's off center, side to side. And if you look closely at these edges, they're actually folded back. I see that's a common thing with these 151 cards. We also have a damaged corner there. So right there, this card is going to go in the non-grading pile. And we're going to take a look at this Ninetales, and we're kind of going to experience the same little dings on the corners here. These cards are packed fresh, by the way. Opened them pulled these about a week and a half ago. We got a ding in the corner there. Very off center. This is a bad one. This is way off. This would be automatic. So if you see this, a grader is going to see this 100%. We got a mark on the corner there also. Another I don't know what it is, but right there, strike one instantly. You don't even got it. This is crazy. You don't even really. This is a bad one. Automatically, top to bottom. All right, actually, the same thing. These came out of the same pack, so I understand why I'm seeing the same exact thing. You got a huge right and a skinny left. That is going in the non-graded pile. So let's take a look at these two that I picked out that were better. We'll look at the Zapdos EX real quick. And I will start with the edges. And it looks really nice. It's a really nice looking card. I would actually say it's 50-50 all around, which is what you're looking for. You want about a 3 and a 3. And I would say maybe a 2 and a 3. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that looks good to me. Flip it on the back. It's actually off center. It's a wide right. Skinny left. Top to bottom, it's all right. It's not as bad as those other cards. So this would be something you could be willing to take a chance on to possibly get a 10. Because there's no other damage wrong with this card other than being off center. So this would be something I would send in to take a chance with a 10. And then this Blastoise we'll take a peek at. We got a Blastoise EX. Same thing. Very good looking card, 50-50 all around, I would say. From eyeballing it, it actually has a ding right there. A little fold on the top of the edge there. So I don't know, that might be a strike. We got the complete opposite with this Blastoise. We have a heavy left and a skinny right. Top to bottom, the top is wider than the bottom. Right there, that's a strike. This will actually go in the non-graded. And if you look closely, some of these cards will have these black dots on it. And sometimes they will have the scratches also, but that black dot will actually lower your grade. That's a strike right there. So this Blastoise is actually going to go in the non-graded pile. This will not be graded. That is a bad card. So we got 2 cards that are good, and we got a bunch that are bad. So we got a good pile, bad pile. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the process of actually putting these into a semi-rigid to be sent out and I'm going to show you how I clean these cards. So we got our Zapdos EX right here. We're going to set it down at a clean surface. We're going to open up one of our lens cleaners. We got our lens cleaner here. It's brand new, nice clean one. You're not going to want to set these down anywhere. You're going to want to try to make sure these last as long as possible. Sometimes I can get a good 20 cleanings out of this before it gets to the point where it's so dirty it's actually doing more harm than good and leaving residue and little droppings all over your card and not even actually cleaning it. So to start, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start on the surfaces of the card, and all I'm going to do is just give it a little bit of like a huff on it, a little huff, and moisten it up a little bit. You don't want it to be wet. You want to just moisten it up a little bit to be able to pull all the stuff off of it. I wouldn't do this if you were sick. If you're sick, the card grader is going to be touching your cards. You don't want to get them sick. So all I do is take the card, give it a little puff, blow on it a little bit, and then slowly just wipe the card. Just be very light with it. You don't need to put a lot of pressure on it. Just wipe the surface of the card down, and then we're going to flip it over, and we're actually going to do the same thing on the back of the card. And then we're going to repeat the process of the front. We're going to wipe down the back of the card. And like I said, be real gentle with it. You don't got to be rough unless you got something real sticky to it. But at that point, you just want to actually set the card down on a clean surface and maybe apply a little more pressure. And then after the surface is done, you're going to take your rag again. And sometimes with the Pokemon cards, you'll end up with these little fuzzies on the outside that will stick out big time to a grader, and it'll actually be around the entire card. So what I like to do is I like to take enough just to get my finger on it, like create a little edge in the wipe. And what I'm going to do is gently swipe the cloth right over the edge. Just a couple swipes, and then you're going to want to do the top, the surface of the top or bottom or side of the card, whichever you're doing, just in case any of it actually came off and went down farther on the front or back of the card. And then you're going to flip it to the side here, and you're going to repeat the whole process. You're going to wipe the edge of the card, and then you're going to slowly wipe the front and the back of the card itself. And then you're going to take your rag after you've cleaned the whole card. You're going to take the card and you're going to reach into your penny sleeves, and you're going to pull out a brand new penny sleeve and slowly, gently drop that card right into the penny sleeve. And what I like to do with these Post-it notes is, since there's more blue on the card, I like to get a blue Post-it note to put on the card. Now you want to stick that right on there. Apply a little bit of pressure, enough to where it's going to actually stay on there. And right there, you're all set. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my semi-rigid and I'm going to prep it. I'm going to pop it open with my fingers, loosen it up a little bit, and I'm going to slide my card right down into the semi-rigid. And there we are. Our card is now ready to be sent to the grading company, and it's pretty clean. So what I noticed with these semi-rigids, after you do this, you're going to want to take maybe a Yu-Gi-Oh tin or a Pokemon tin or something you can put these inside, because these semi-rigids, just like the penny sleeves, they like to collect all type of residue and materials that will actually stick all over it. It's kind of like a magnet when it comes to hair, dust, and fuzzies and all kinds of stuff. So what I would do if I was grading this, I would take this and drop it into a tin or something to protect it, keep it from getting too dirty. the grader doesn't want to mess around with your dirty semi-rigids with dust and all kinds of nasty stuff on it. And then I'm going to take my blue eyes that I wanted to get graded, and I'm going to repeat the cleaning process. I'm going to wipe the surface. I'm going to clean up the edges as best I can. I'm going to drop this into my semi-rigid to be graded. So now I have my 2 cards that I am going to send out to be graded. And I am going to now start prepping my shipment box for grading. And I will do this before I even start submitting my cards to the grading company. So I already have all my bubble wrap prepped. I'm gonna clean up my area a little bit so there's nothing really in my way. Let me move some of this stuff. So what I'm going to do, I actually bought these boxes off of Temu, and they're real cheap, perfect size for sending in an order of graded cards. They use Walmart brand for whatever. I don't know where they came from, but they got Walmart brand. So you're going to start by taping your box. So I got my bottom taped up. It could have been better. It could have been closed up more. And with these boxes, you're going to want to seal up every opening on the box. So you got all these extra little openings on the corners, all around this box. You got all these extra openings. Every opening on this box before you ship it needs to be sealed. You want to protect from the elements such as rain. You don't know if your delivery guy is, it's a snowstorm, it's wet snow. You want to make sure your cards are protected throughout the entire shipment, and it's also going to show the grader that you actually care for your cards. You know, you value these cards. So after it's all taped up, we're going to have the top of the box. And what I like about these boxes is they actually have these little from and to write who's it from and where it's supposed to go. So you could put CGC grading or whatever you want, Sarasota, Florida, and then put your own name on it. I wouldn't do that, especially if it's a lot of expensive cards. It's an expensive shipment. I would not put CGC grading on there. You never know who's gonna have your package in their hands and what they will actually do with your cards. You don't want your cards getting stolen. So I'll open up my box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bubble wrap. I'm going to stick my bubble wrap right in there. And I'm going to make sure the whole interior of the box is covered in bubble wrap. And I'll take another chunk of bubble wrap. I'll hold on to this one. And I'll just push this in there also. And then you could stuff this to your liking. I like to just make sure the whole inside of the box is covered in bubble wrap. And right there, you got a pretty well protected interior of your box. And then you're going to take, this is where your rubber bands and your cardboard are going to come into play. You're going to, I'll even throw in this Giratina to be graded also with my other cards. So I got 3 cards to be graded now. And so now I got my box, I got my rubber bands, I got my cardboard. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cards, make sure they're in the right order that your printing slip labels them as. So if your Giratina's first, you're going to want that the first card that comes out of the box, your Blue Eye second, your Zapdos third. Make sure you follow the order. You'll actually mess up the grading process, and it could take way longer just because you did that. And we're going to do a cardboard slab on the back and a slab on the front. You're going to take this, cover that up. You actually don't want to do that yet because you're going to have to submit your cards. I'm just telling you the process before it goes into the box. You're going to want this all packaged up. Just like so. You're going to take your longer piece of bubble wrap, just like that, and you're going to put your cards right on the end of the bubble wrap, and you're going to fold it up. And all you're going to do is you're going to fold up the bubble wrap, and you're going to drop your cards right into the box, and then you're going to stuff more bubble wrap in there to add a lot more padding so your cards are not moving around inside of your shipment box. But you also want to make it so it's easy access for the grader just to open your box and get your packing slip and then get your cards right out of the box fast, and to speed up the whole process. You don't want to make anything hard on the grader. You don't want to make anything harder than it needs to be. So right there, I'm going to go back because I told you I wasn't going to do that process before submitting the cards. You need to see the cards to be able to submit them unless you memorize every card in your order. So I got my 3 cards. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my iPad. We're going to pull out the iPad. We're going to log in. We're going to go to cgccards.com. I'm actually already signed in, I believe. You're going to want to create an account. I actually have a pro membership. I paid a little extra for it. It comes with some benefits. They actually give you $150 to put towards your first order, which was really nice. The membership is only $120, so you get a $30 profit, and you get $150 off your first order, which is actually really nice. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go to my CGC, and we're going to go to my submissions, or you could go to submit. And then you're going to go down to here, and then you're going to find online form, and you're going to click on that. And then you're going to go to, we're going to go to start a new order. And here we are. So after you click start my order, it's going to bring you to this page. You're going to go to card, because that is what you're submitting. And then you're going to go to CGC grading. You got a bunch of options here, but you're going to go to authentication, and it's going to bring you to this page. And right here, it's going to give you the options for bulk, economy, standard, express, walkthrough. This is going to be your cheapest, your bulk. And then it's just going to go up from there. These are more if you are submitting a really expensive card. It tells you maximum value 3,000, maximum value 1,000. Then these two are going to be your turnaround time. Usually anywhere from like a week to like 25 days, I believe. But I usually always use bulk. So we're going to go to bulk. And then we're going to go down here. We're going to click add card. This is how easy it is, guys. So it's going to bring you to this page. And then you're going to do card name, look up card. Right here we got our Giratina V-Star. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go type in Giratina V-Star. And then you can go as far as to type in the numbers or letters at the bottom of the card. So here we got GG69, GG69, and then right here we got Crown Zenith. This is going to be your English. You got French, German, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish. You're going to go right there, and then they want your declared value of the card. This card is about $200 raw right now, and that is the price you want to put in. You want to put in the raw price of the card. So you're going to go here. My declared value is $200. for the I like to look at last sale price on eBay. You can look on TCG Player if you want, or any of those. I use eBay. So right here, if you go down to the bottom, your card is right here. It is in your order summary, and it's already ready in that order. This Yu-Gi-Oh cards can be a little harder. Let's go and try to find this Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Right here, we're gonna type in Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and we're gonna type in the numbers at the under the foil of the card, and we got RP01, RP01, and right here, right where it came from, the retro pack, it's the top one. And then down here, you make sure you read into this good, because right here we have one that's very similar from the retro pack, but it's limited edition, secret rare. This is the secret rare, but it is not the limited edition. Actually, it is. Yes, so like I said, you're gonna want to look into this a lot. It is actually the limited edition one, so you're gonna do that. Raw value of this card, I know it's around 25 bucks, 25, add card. Right here, you're gonna go down, and this is gonna be the order your cards are gonna be inside of the box. So we got our Giratina from Crown Zenith, and we got our Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon from the retro pack. And then all you're gonna do from here, you're gonna go down, you're gonna click review cart when you're done. And I obviously can't go any further because with bulk, they got a 20 is the least amount of cards you can send. You have to send 20 or more cards if you're using bulk. So I can't go any further than this for you. But then you'll go to shipping, and they'll ask you what carrier you're going to use. I use USPS, and if you're going to ship it yourself, and you just go through the whole process, you go through the payment. And then all you're going to do is then you're going to put your cards in the cardboard, and you're going to package your cards up just like I showed. You're going to take your when you print it, you get a customer print of the printout sheet, and you get one that goes with your package. So after you drop your cards into the box, your packing slip is going to go over that and make it so when the grader opens the box, that's the first thing he or she's going to get is the printing sheet. And then after that, that's all you have to do. You go to USPS, UPS, whatever you do. I usually have them create a label. I recommend you get insurance on your packages. If they get lost, they will not be insured, and you will lose all your money. So if I put all these in there, it gets lost, I am out probably $350, if not more. So make sure that you are getting insurance on your packages, and everything else should be pretty smooth going. So this is the whole process that I use. I mean, you could use whatever process you want. I mean, this is just what I do, you know. You could watch somebody else's video and do what they do. I'm just showing you the easiest way that I found to do it and the easiest way that I do it. So if you like this video, like and subscribe. If you got any questions, drop them down in the comments. I'll link my eBay store and some other things you want to check out what I'm selling on eBay. And if you got any questions, you want to know anything else about grading cards or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me, and I might make a video about it. All right, guys. Appreciate you stopping through. Appreciate you watching my videos, and take care. Peace.